We're back, episode 13. I'm Claire. This is Jasper. And did you have a happy spring break?
Yes, I did. I didn't do much. What about you?
I went to South Carolina. How's your March Madness bracket?
It's very good. It's looking really good. I could have, I think, a perfect Elite Eight, and I think I missed one or two games in the Sweet 16.
That's pretty good. How do you feel about the new Iowa head coach?
Really good. It'll be nice. Hopefully he brings the Drake point guard over.
Well, we also wrap up indoor track. How did that go for the boys?
Very good. Step up from the last couple of years. There's been a lot of improvements made. Mason Frost, probably the most, really fast in shorter distance and also kind of mid-distance. Drew Farver ran really well, ran a hurdle race really well. And then other returners like Jack Reek, Brady Sanger, Niall Davis, Jordan Ryle, all these guys are running quick.
Yeah, pretty solid crew. I can't wait to see what they do in outdoor season.
Me too. I'm excited.
Now we're bringing to the show girls track head coach Josh Gibson and track and soccer athlete Lauren Tegeler.
Hello.
Hey, Claire. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, so my first question for you is there seem to be many broken records, and every year it seems like you take a solid group of girls to state. Where does that success come from?
Well, I've been coaching for a while, so hopefully would break some records along the way. But I think a couple things have really played into that. One, you have to have talent. If you're going to break some records that have been standing for quite a while, there's got to be ability there. And I'd say really in the last 8 years or so, we've had some high-quality, talented kids that have allowed us to do that. But I think more importantly, to keep it consistent and keep going is a culture that we've built. We probably made a coaching change about 8 years ago, a little bit different philosophy, and I think our kids have really bought into that. They've really bought into the team concept of track, and they're willing to put in the hard work and effort that it takes to get to that level. So I think that's really played a factor in where we are right now.
So where you are right now, what has indoor season looked like?
Indoor season was pretty exciting. It was a little bit different this year. Normally we've got Iowa State, UNI in that first week, and then Central the second week. Well, it aligned that they're all the same week. So that was a little bit different. But as far as varsity goes, went and ran at UNI, went and ran at Iowa State, and I would say we ran the fastest times that we've ever ran since I've been coaching. We've set some records. We had two girls both set the record in the Open Four, and to do that during indoor season is pretty remarkable. It's about a 20-year-old record, so that's pretty exciting. We set a meet record in the 4x4, but still managed to get beat in the same race. But a lot of it has been good. Our sprints have been good. Our mid distance has been good. We've had some distance kids, some 3,000 kids that have ran really well. So that aspect's really exciting. I think we're in a better spot than we've ever been before as a team.
That 4x4 you mentioned, you returned 3 of your 4 third-place state runners from last year. I mean, what are your goals for this season?
Yeah, pretty exciting that we bring a lot of kids back. I think I looked at the roster, and we've got maybe 12 kids with state track experience, whether it was last year at some point in time. As far as goals go, I'm not 100% sure yet. We kind of have to see where things play out as the outdoor season goes along. In my mind, I'm thinking we should be a top 10 team. And if things really turn out well, maybe we're a top 5. The issue is 3A is really good. And so in order to score points at the state track meet, you have to be elite. You can't just show up and luckily score some points or walk into some. You're going to have to earn it. And that's one thing about Iowa State. I was super excited the way we ran, but it was a little concerning how well everybody else ran too, because everybody is further along than what they normally are.
So, Lauren, how did your indoor season go?
Oh, it's going really good. We got first place in the sprint med at Iowa State. It's been really fun watching everyone do really well so early in the season. I think it's going to be really fun watching Brinkley and Aubrey. I think they're going to keep going back and forth between that 400 record. Super fun to watch.
As Lauren mentioned, some of the girls, who else can we be looking out for this season?
Yeah, she mentioned two that have really came out guns a-blazing with Aubrey and Brinkley, and I think a lot of that has been a part of how much work they've put in the offseason. And I said that we've got, I think, 12 returning kids from the state track meet. We got a variety of people to look at, and I don't want to leave anybody out. Sprinter-wise, we got Lauren over here, Madison Martin, who's also probably going to help us in the long jump. Addison Brown's looking really good. Maybe the fastest open 2 time we've had at an indoor meet. Elliot Cruz. And then looking at hurdlers, we were the first team out last year in the shoulder hurdle, and we returned all 4 of those with Erica Lyle and Kaya Cameron, Addison Pasker, Tierra Berggren. Then we got a couple freshmen, I think, in the mix with Jovi Vrew and Trinity Langle. Gracie Anderson's a hurdler. She's a foreign hurdler, and she's a state qualifier last year. She's ran really well so far in that 4x4. So I look for her to be looking to score at the state meet in the 400 hurdles. Middle distance, we got Claire here, who's a returning qualifier with Delaney Edwards. Both of them ran on the 4x8. I think we've got 3 others that they've put in a lot of work as well. Bethany Gerton, Maddie Klinkenborg, and Autumn Harder has had a really strong indoor season. So I think we're looking good in that area. Skylar Kula is a returner in the shot put. And then hoping that Kaylee Hansen, I think, has been pretty good in junior high. So we'll see how that translates to the high school. And then we've got a handful of other kids, I think, some sophomores that have made some gains, and we need them to be varsity runners. So hopefully at least a few of them can step up into that role. But I think we got a lot of kids that are going to help us.
I'm seeing a lot of school records that could be broken this year.
We got some chances. Yeah, I think there's a lot that could go down individually. Like I said, we've already seen the 4. I'm anticipating the 8 going down. I think the 200 could be. We broke it last year. Courtney and Kylie broke it. I think that could possibly go down. Sprint med, D med, 4x4, all I think have a possibility.
Yeah,
I mean, you already have a battle for a sub 60 400, and that's.
I think
and
before
it's just indoor.
Yeah, before it's all said and done, it's probably going to take a 57-ish to own that record.
So you mentioned some of these girls, and I noticed that some of them also play soccer. How do you deal with dual sport athletes?
So the spring definitely is different than some of the other seasons. Volleyball really doesn't deal with that aspect of kids playing multiple or basketball. I view it as a good thing. When we look at the last 8 to 10 years that we've done it, some of our best kids have been dual sport athletes, and they're able to do it because they are really good athletes. And so they can spend part of their time at both sports and still be productive for both groups. I think the biggest thing is you have to understand as a coach, there's going to be some give and take. I can't expect them to be at everything of mine. I am going to have to give some things up. You have to have another coach that is willing to work with you, and Coach Denham has been great. We've got a great relationship. We were texting yesterday. She forwarded the information onto the players, what they're going to do this week, what the plan is, just so that way there's never the unknown, or we're never pinning kids against programs. And then you have to look at the health of the athletes, because there is a point in time sometimes where they hit that wall, and you got to back off a little bit to let them kind of rejuvenate a little bit. But I think it's been great for both programs. It's definitely helped both of our teams, because like I said, you look at some of them historically, they've been our best track kids. They've been some of our best soccer players.
Coming from a soccer player and track athlete, what are your thoughts on it?
It can get overwhelming at times, but I would say the coaches really do a good job of communicating with us and working with us to make it manageable. And it's super fun as well to be involved on both teams. I really do enjoy it.
How does your body handle it?
There's definitely times where you have to take rest, and the coaches understand that, and they are really helpful with just letting you take time off or go easier some days.
I think the other big thing is we've really tried to make it, you're going to 1 per day.
Yeah.
To manage
'Cause
that stress load of, hey, I'm not going to track practice, putting in a hard workout. and then going to soccer practice.
I can say at my freshman and sophomore year, it was more like you go to track practice and then you go straight to soccer right after. And over the last couple of years, you guys have worked with us to say, okay, well, maybe we have a meet tomorrow, so you'll just go to track and just do handoffs.
I mean, it helps probably being a sprinter or middle distance. I honestly
definitely
couldn't
does.
imagine having to be a long distance runner and going to soccer. I feel like that would just be a lot.
Historically, sprinters have fared much better than distance kids just because they're unable to put in the mileage necessary to make gains. We've had a kid that she ran her fastest 3,000 at the ISU indoor and got slower as the season went on because I think she was tired. She was worn down.
So, I'm on the boys track team, and when we're practicing at the same time as the girls, you always seem to have some type of hat on. Are you a big hat collector?
I would not say I'm a big hat collector. I am a protector of my head. Being bald, you got to make sure that we don't get sunburned. So I do prefer, if it's really sunny, I'm gonna wear the bucket hat. I've got a variety of those. I brought a few of mine. They're a bit dirty. I wear them at track and softball. So, you got your basic track and field. Also like to support some of our other programs. I got cross country here. Maybe I'm just trying to look casual and good outside of the track arena. Got my basic gray one. If it's not super sunny,
Do you have a tie-dye one?
we might go trucker hat. So I got a couple of those cross country again.
That
and
one's pretty
yeah.
warm.
Yeah, I also maybe sweat a little bit. So it's
little
going to
bit?
be a little
Natural.
bit of stain. Yeah, don't judge me. I don't have hair to absorb it.
Hopefully
Or-
they get washed.
Maybe it's
God,
cloudy.
there's
I might even go visor, but this is pretty risky for me. I don't wear that one very often. But yeah, it also makes it really easy for my kids to find me. I got my blue pants, got my bucket hat on, and they know where I'm at.
The blue pants.
Blue pants.
The blue pants.
Do you always wear blue pants or something?
I'd say most of the time I got blue pants on. We are the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
You might have more hats than Bone has vests.
She is a collector of vests, which has been maybe like in the last couple of years. Interesting turn of events, I will say.
What?
I mean, I came to track in a vest one day, and he's like, "Wow, you're coming in so stylish," and I'm like, "It's just a vest."
I don't see a lot of vests at practice. Coach Bone wears one about every day.
Jace Today is sponsored in part by Jeff Meislin with Principal Financial Group. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. Feel free to email or call for a complimentary consultation or if you have any questions. That number is 515-246-4057. Once again, it's 515-246-4057. Vision Bank has been a sponsor of Blue Jay Digital since day one. Our partnership has been instrumental in the growth of our live streams and purchasing new camera equipment. We are fortunate to be supported by a local business committed to our community, our students, and our program.
So now we have a new segment. Lauren, you're going to be our very first person on. Hot takes, hot mic, hot seat, whatever we want to call it. We're just going to spitfire some questions at you and just answer them as fast as you can.
Okay, you ready?
Oh, yeah, Gibson too.
Oh, Gibson too. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
No.
Book or movie?
Movie.
Movie.
Favorite color?
Pink.
Orange.
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 What's wrong with orange?
Nothing.
That's just one you don't hear very much.
I'm unique.
I thought you'd say blue.
Is a cereal a soup?
No.
What?
That's so odd.
Oh.
Pineapple on pizza?
No.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
Chick-fil-A or Cane's?
Chick-fil-A.
They're both good. It doesn't matter.
John B. or JJ?
JJ.
I
100%
don't even know,
JJ.
I don't know what that means.
Conrad or Jeremiah?
Conrad.
Nope.
Olivia Rodrigo or Sabrina Carpenter?
Probably Olivia Rodrigo.
I don't know.
Lover or debut?
Neither. I'd say Folklore.
Can we explain this one?
Taylor Swift.
They're Taylor Swift albums.
Are you not a Swiftie, Jasper?
Not enough to know
Couple
the
songs
names
are
of
good.
Yeah.
What do you
don't-
like?
There was one last summer. It was like really big.
Cruel Summer?
Yeah.
That's so basic.
Yeah. That's the best Taylor Swift song.
That's a hot take.
I used to sing that in my truck, actually. I do remember.
I would love to see this.
The truck's retired.
What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
I don't know if I can pinpoint one. Greta and I do listen to her every now and then in the truck, much to the dismay of my sons.
I like shiny things, but I'd marry you with paper rings on.
Baby, now we got bad blood.
Crumble or homemade?
Homemade.
Homemade crumbles too much.
You think it's too sweet for you?
There's just too much going on.
Lulu or Nike?
Lulu.
Nike?
Ponch or Chipotle?
Chipotle 100%.
Chipotle.
Favorite race to run?
I feel like I have a lot. I love the 4x1. I love the 4x2. I love the Sprint Med and the D Med. Those are probably my favorites at the moment.
Mine was the 4x4 many years ago.
That one's the most fun to watch.
When you're good. There's been years where we haven't been very good. It's not very
Oh.
fun to watch.
Well,
But we've been good, so that is fun to watch.
Sometimes I feel like I run more watching the 4x4 than I do
literally,
my
you're
other
going back and
events.
forth the whole time.
There's a reason why it's the last race.
Yeah. It's fun.
Least favorite race?
That I've ran or just overall, probably.
Either or both or
That's hard. I don't think I have a least favorite. But I mean, why are you looking at me like that?
because you always say you hate one race.
The
one
4x4?
Yeah.
See, it's fun, but while you're running it and then like 10 minutes after, it's the worst race ever. But then it's so much fun, you know?
All right.
They all matter. I don't have a least favorite one.
Honestly, high jump.
Well, I guess I wasn't considering that. It's not a race. But was your question race or event?
Okay. Event.
They still all matter.
High jump just scares me.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
Man, can you put on the video of her missing the mat?
Wait. Miss
Oh
Kitchen
my
has the video.
God.
Yeah, if I provide that, can we get that on here?
Yeah.
She's almost graduated.
It was freshman
It's
year.
fine
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, it
It was
doesn't
3 years
matter.
ago.
Yeah.
First race, or first
You know
really-
about this, Wilson?
No, I don't.
She high jumped and went over the bar, but missed the mat completely and landed on the ground.
Yeah, I do
Like
have the video on
went
my phone.
Too far. Like,
Like here is the standard.
yeah.
Here's the bar. She went over and landed over there.
I'm not
It's hard
gonna
to do
lie,
that.
I might have done
Yeah.
that once or twice
Really?
when I high jumped.
But she, to her credit, she bounced up. She was. Good
It
to
didn't
go.
hurt at
Yeah.
all.
She's tough.
I was too shocked that
Yeah,
I
but
felt no pain. There's a picture, and I
Your-
just have like a big rash on
Your
there.
back was like all
was
red.
bad.
I have that photo.
Yeah,
But then you got Jethro's after it, so it made up for it.
it really did. I got a ginormous taco salad. You have probably a picture of that
Yeah.
too.
But wasn't it burnt?
It was bigger than my face.
Yeah. Well, the last one, soccer or track?
You know the answer to this. Soccer.
Track.
Thanks for answering my questions.
Of course, Claire.
That was a lot of fun hot takes.
That was fun.
So, Lauren, how do you think this soccer season will go?
I'm actually really excited for this season. I think it's going to go super well. We only lost 3 varsity players, so we have a lot of returning players coming. We played a lot of freshmen last year, and so they have a lot of experience. I'm excited to see what we're going to accomplish. I think, like I said earlier, our team dynamic is really good, and we all get along with each other, and that really helps when you all have a bond.
Who should we be watching out for to make some noise this soccer season?
I would say Maya Grubel, Abby Chambers are both really good midfield players. I think that they're very good. Their ball distribution and just powering through, staying strong. Their endurance is really good also.
Who's going to be our top scorer?
I would probably say Elliot Cruz. She's super speedy like we were talking about. She can just we can play the ball to her through, and she just runs right onto it. And yeah, she finds those corners.
Who are you excited to play? Is there anyone that you need to get your get back?
I'm really excited to play North Polk because we go back and forth a lot, and they are definitely our rivals. We battled for conference champs back and forth a couple years ago, and they're just a really competitive team, and I enjoy the competition and playing with them.
Thank you guys for joining the show. It was fun to have you on.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it was great to talk about everybody and great to be here. Thanks for having us.
Continue to watch our channel to stay updated on soccer and track this season. And as always, it's a great day to be a Blue Jay.
I still like track.
Hurts.
Hey.